It is February 11th, 2016, and I am officially 1 year on testosterone. I started a year ago to the date on gel application, which is a daily application, comes in a little tube. You get a box of 30 of them, and every day you rub it on your shoulders and your back. And then after I did the gel application for a couple months, I decided that I wanted to switch over to the weekly injections. So every week on Tuesday, I give myself an injection. Sometimes my wife helps me. But over the last year, let's see, things that have changed. Lots. Body structure has changed. My neck has gotten thicker. My shoulders are more broad. My hairline is receding more. It used to be here, now it's here. Puberty, pimples. It's up pimples. The little pervy mustache is growing in. And you got the little hairs here and the little furs down here that I gotta shave. Obviously, my voice has dropped. And let's see. Internally, I feel so much better. I feel like my mind and my body are kind of morphing together, and that's one of the greatest feelings in the world. I've been working with the therapist over at Trillium, which is my doctor's office, to, keep my mental health in check, because I think that not only is it important to be physically healthy, but it's also important to be mentally healthy. And when you go through these changes, as someone who's transitioning, there's a lot of mental things that go on, and I think it's super important to stay in tune with that. And working with someone is going to help you be able to work through that and work through your anxieties and just through issues that come up. Because when you start testosterone, your anxiety goes up. Your hormones are all thrown off at first, and your body's like, what are you doing to me? So how do you deal with these emotions? You got to find different coping mechanisms and different ways to deal with it. And I think that's the important step in having a therapist or having somebody there, other than your partner and other than your friends, because your friends can only hear so much, and, you don't want to take everything out on them and your partner. So it's really important to be able to have that neutral party to kind of help you work through these things and develop different skills. It's just really important, because if you're not happy mentally, then you can't make other people happy. So if you're not happy within yourself, you can't make other people happy. And sometimes as humans, we tend to outlash at other people around us, but it's only because we're not content within ourselves. So what I'm trying to get at is, for all those people out there that are going through life issues and going through maybe a transition, it's really important for you to be mentally healthy as well as physically healthy. You can eat and work out and do all that stuff, but if you don't take care of what's up in the brain, it's not going to be 100%. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. I've heard a lot of people say that, therapy, you don't speak of it. I'm going to speak of it, and I'm going to tell you why, because it has helped me throughout the years to become a better person and to be able to deal with things better and be more emotionally stable. I'm 100% a supporter of therapy, and I don't care who judges me for it, because I know that it's helped me. So I guess over the last year, I've been able to develop different ways of dealing with anxiety and being able to communicate better with my partner, and in turn, it's made life a whole lot easier. So I guess a lot of things have changed physically. My mental status has changed. I'm just a lot more clear, a lot more happy. I feel like things are finally falling together. I don't know who out there may know my story, but I've been through a little bit of hell on earth. In my early 20s, it's just, I literally had hell on earth. And I'm not one to compare myself to other people's stories. Everybody has their issues, everybody has their stories. But at the age of 29, I finally feel like I am becoming truly happy within myself. And nobody's going to steal that shine from me. You know, I've been through things this last year with having to tell my dad that I'm transitioning, and thank God he was okay with it and he's supportive, and having to tell family and friends and coworkers and all these people, and I've received nothing but support, and that's been fantastic. But you know, I did lose the support of my mother. It's been over a year since we've talked, and it was because I told her that I wanted to transition, and I was really sad when she stopped talking to me. Um, I remember the date, I remember the time, I remember it clear as day, and I still miss my mom. And it's been over a year since she's talked to me, and I left the door wide open for her to come and be able to talk to me, but I made that decision in my life that it was my turn to be happy and to be my authentic self. And I had to be honest with myself, and I can't be honest with myself at the expense of other people. Like I mean, like, how do I word this? Like, other people's happiness needed to stop coming before mine. And I think my issue was I was always trying to make other people happy before me. And now that I'm at this point in my life where I'm like so happy within myself and exterior, it made it worth it in a way. And I was really sad when my mom stopped talking to me, and I went through the stages of grief where you're sad, you're upset, you're depressed, and then it gets easier. It gets easier with time. I mean, I've got quite a few friends whose families have adopted me in and love me, and my beautiful wife and her families have all like adopted me in. It's just, for one person to choose to exit your life simply because you want to be happy and they don't want to transition with you, it's sad. But I've always left my door open for my mom to come back into my life. And I couldn't be more happy with the people that are a part of my life and those that have supported me. And even though I got frustrated and upset and sad and angry, I really don't hold any grudges against my mother, because I can only imagine what it would feel like to feel like you're losing a kid. But I guess in a way I would want to stay a part of my kid's life, especially if they're trying to experience these things to be happier. So I kind of feel sad for her in a way. But I'm really thankful that my sister is around. She's been a huge rock. She means a lot to me, because when we were younger, we never really connected. But now that we're older, even though I want to say that people were wrong, they were right. We're a lot closer as we are getting older. And she's been one of my biggest fans and one of my biggest supports, and I could not be more appreciative of that. And then my dad's just awesome. He's going to be 80 this year, and he was totally accepting of me transitioning, and that's just great. And my whole extended family, Texas, California, everybody's been great. My coworkers, they've all been making the steps and changing my name and pronouns, and it means the world to me. But again, I'm just going to close this with, it's been a year on testosterone. It's been one hell of a ride. Make sure you're mentally prepared for it if you are transitioning. And if you know somebody who's transitioning and you're not sure how to support them, please, please, please find some resources. There's, good community resources out there. In different ways you can help them through this too, and be by their side. So again, February 11th, 2016, this is my 1 year update, and I wish you all a good night.